Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Today, I want us to consider what would be a realistic self-defense type of shooting position. Okay, because usually, when we're at the gun range, most people are just basically they're not even drawing from a holster. They're picking the gun up off the table and they're doing just plain target shooting. Okay. Um, if you're lucky, you'll be able to get to a gun range where you can actually draw from a holster and shoot, right? So this is as far as most people get, right? Where they draw from a holster and shoot like that. Now, let's consider, is that even realistic? Okay. How often do you expect somebody to threaten you from 20 feet away or 30 feet away, where I just shot a target over there? I think that the more likely scenario is where basically something happens almost at point blank distance, where you have an escalation, where something might start off with talking, then screaming and cursing, then grappling, and at some point then a weapon might come into play. Okay, now I think a very typical type of situation would be like, let's say you go into a bathroom, some type of a public bathroom, let's say at a train station or something, and you're going in to use the bathroom and you get jumped by three guys in the bathroom. So you got one guy grabbing you by the throat while maybe somebody is hitting you with a baseball bat. What's that gonna look like, right? So you're being choked over here like this while one guy is like, trying to approach you. So you're in a weird position like that. Okay, that's how you're gonna be shooting. Okay, or what if you're being grappled here and from behind, right? You manage to get that one shot off, right? And how about behind you now, right? You can't quite turn around. Now I'm aiming for safety purposes, but the point here is that I'm trying to get used to this position of coming around, okay, and hitting from behind, okay? Because a lot of times you might be in a position where this is the best that you can do. From there, you go there, okay? That's as far as you can do. Now, obviously, gun just went empty. Now that's a situation. I didn't know if the gun went empty, or I didn't know if I had a jam, because sometimes if you're shooting these awkward positions, the gun may not cycle properly. Okay, so that's another thing that you have to concern yourself. And unless you actually shoot these positions, right, where you're holding the gun in awkward position like this, where you will know that what's the proper firmness, because this position here that I've actually had lots of people try and do, where they're basically turning around, pointing the gun behind them, aiming, right? For safety purposes, we have to do aiming. I can have them turn around and shoot behind them like that, right? Right? But for aiming, like, let's say like this, okay? What we're trying to do is we're trying to establish that that you're capable of holding the grip tight enough, because a lot of times when I have people do this exercise, what they'll do is they'll jam up the gun because they don't have a firm enough grip in that weird, awkward position, right? Especially if you do it left-handed. A lot of times I'll have people try and do this left-handed, right? Again, behind you in a weird, awkward position, right? Holding the gun upside down, okay? For aiming purposes, for safety purposes, at that distance, I have to have you aim. But realistically, the person would be almost like belly to belly behind you, right? Trying to choke you, trying to stab you from behind. And you gotta be able to turn the gun and shoot behind you without jamming the gun up, because you may have to turn around and take another shot at another person that's coming at you with a weapon immediately after. So until you actually do this, you're not gonna know. You can't be sure that you're gonna be able to do it, or that your gun is able to do it, because a lot of times some of the guns that you use, they work fine if you're holding it with two hands, but then they don't cycle properly if you're holding the gun, if you're holding the gun in a less than perfect grip. So part of the reason why I got the idea to do this video today is because I actually wanted to test out this carry gun here, right? I have this carry gun here. I wanted to actually get in front of the targets and shoot these awkward positions, right? Where I'm kind of just shooting behind me. And obviously, when you do shooting behind you, you got to make sure that you know where that gun is pointed. So do it slow. You know, what you can do is turn the gun, you know, and do it again for you guys to see this, right? Take the gun out of holster, look at it, right? I realize that in a real fight type of situation, you're not going to be able to look at it. But for the purpose of the practice, look at it. Roll the gun down, not pointing it into your body. Point it behind you, right? And take that shot. All right, and now the gun jammed open because that was the last round. Take that shot to make sure that the gun's not going to jam. Now, the fact that this gun locked open on the last round is a good indication that the gun's going to cycle. If this gun didn't lock open on that last round, it would have indicated to me that the slide is not coming back far enough. Now, I'm just doing this with target ammo, which tends to be even on the lower, you know, lower end as far as power goes. So I now have a lot of confidence in this gun over here, right? Which is not the other. This is not the same gun that this is not the same G43 you guys have seen me use before. This is a different G43 that I built. This one has like a bronze color to it. So I now have confidence that this gun is going to work in awkward situations where I don't have a good grip on the gun, where, you know, where I might get into a grappling situation where I have to shoot behind me just because somebody's choking me or somebody's pulling me from behind. I now have confidence in this gun. So just something for you guys to think about. A lot of you guys are going to have a hard time finding a place where you can properly test out your handgun the way I did to make sure that it's going to work in that type of a situation. The first thing is to consider it in your mind, right? To realize that this is a possibility, right? Realistic shooting is not the beginner stuff that people usually learn. Everybody usually learns beginner stuff. First, you learn gun safety, right? Then you learn, you know, drawing from a holster safely, presenting and shooting, right? Then maybe we'll add a little bit of movement. Then we'll add moving to cover and shooting, okay? You know, looking for concealment. That's usually as far as it goes. If you really get into an advanced class, they might do some grappling with an airsoft gun or something like that. But you know, there's very few instances where they're gonna actually take it as far as being able to shoot from behind you or in an awkward position. You know, which again, I think is a very realistic situation. If you picture a situation where you walk into a bathroom or into a small room like that, and you're basically immediately attacked by 3 or 4 people, and you got to deal with all 4 people at once while you're, you know, being choked and they're trying to control you. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope it gives you guys a few different things to consider and to think about. Okay. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you're not a member of the channel, subscribe and hit the bell button so you get notification of the new videos I put up. I'll talk to you all soon.